I cried today, twice actually, and I lost close to $25,000 overnight. Every week I sit down and share the raw insights of building online businesses. And I'll also share my revenue numbers as well, so stick around to the end for that. Let's jump straight into it. Welcome back to another one of my Monday journals. I'm currently down here in Augusta in Western Australia, and I've spent the last week here with Jai, Matt and Rachel, and we've been doing an in-person think tank around scaling our Art of Mondays residencies and finding a way for them to happen without me or Jai needing to be there. It's been an awesome week, lots of learnings. Felt like I was back at school with so many post-it notes and Sharpies and writing on butcher's paper and sticking things on the wall, but it's been a hell of a lot of fun. It's been long days as well, but we've achieved everything we wanted to achieve. We've been playing golf indoors. We've been probably taking too many trips to the Margaret River Bakery and eating a bit too much chocolate. The reality is in 2025, I have to go to Croatia and Alaska and France and Cape Town and Japan and Canada as well. And don't get me wrong, I am overwhelmingly grateful of these opportunities, but we wanted to get to a stage where I can choose to go to these, not have to be there, because I'm the only one who knows how the Art of Mondays itinerary works alongside Jai. So that's what this week's been all about. It's been about creating a framework that allows us to empower other people to lead these in-person experiences and facilitate the epic transformations that have happened time and time again. Now, I want to share something with you that came from a Q&A session I had with Griffin recently. Chris's story is incredibly inspiring. He currently runs the second biggest education podcast in Australia. He went from 0 to 100,000 followers in a month, now has an audience of over 1 million people, and he's only 22. We asked him what it was that allowed him to grow so quickly, and his answer was one word: delusion. And the idea that delusion is a superpower. He was sitting by the fire with his best friend, and they were reflecting on the concept of setting expectations and goals based on delusion, not based on reality. Because according to Chris, when you set your expectations based on delusion, based on the impossible, then when reality does hit, you have no choice but to do whatever you can to help break through that ceiling and achieve what it is you've set out to achieve. It sounds crazy, I know, but Chris's story is proof that it works, because him and his best friend got slammed time and time again. They failed, but they kept getting up because they had no other option. They had set their sights so high that they just needed to keep going. For Chris, he wanted to be the trusted voice around the world, and he wanted to reach millions and millions of people. And he wasn't going to stop until he got there. He really believed he could, but I'll be honest, that wasn't the only reason that it happened. His secret sauce was this: he got rid of any possible plan B. He burnt the bridge, or burnt the boats on the way over. He allowed himself to not have a fallback option, and he gave himself no choice but to find a way to make things work, no matter how scrappy he had to make it. Now, moving on to my highlight, learning and challenge for the week. My highlight has been the daily morning ice baths with Joe. I think it's such an incredible way to start the day, get the blood flowing, get the energy pumping, and doing hard things in the morning makes the rest of the day a lot easier. My learning has been that environment is everything. And I mean, look around, I can already feel my nervous system being a lot calmer compared to the big city. And it's something that I've learned the hard way over the last couple of years, is that sometimes we can't notice that we're in the wrong environment until we take ourselves out of it. So I encourage you to, once in a while, just deliberately remove yourself, go on a drive to a new place, take a weekend away, and try to reset. It does wonders for me, and I hope it will help you as well. And my challenge for the week has been the idea of overwhelmed by choice. I currently have no idea where I'm going to be sleeping next week. Up until a couple hours ago, I didn't know where I was going to be sleeping tonight. I thought maybe I'll go to Bali for a week. Maybe I'll stay in Perth. Maybe I'll, probably the stupidest idea was, maybe I'll rent a car and drive across Australia by myself in the middle of summer. But I've decided to stick around here for a few days and then fly back to Melbourne. Whether or not it's the right decision, who knows, but it allows me to keep moving forward and not worry about the what ifs. And now I'm going to share 2 questions to ponder, which I've been pondering as well. The first is, Who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with? And do they lift you up or do they bring you down? The second question is, when is the last time that you have scheduled nothingness in your calendar? When is the last time that you got away and were offline and gave yourself a chance to breathe and reflect? And if you can't remember the last time, it's probably a decent reminder to schedule some time soon to slow down and reset. And then as for what's happened this past week, well, there's been a lot going on. We have welcomed 1 new member per day so far this month, which is on track for a record month, so we'll see if that continues. It was also the first time that me and Jai and Matt and Rach had all been together in person, and we took some pretty goofy photos to commemorate the occasion as well, which I'll put on screen for you. We started building a member map as well that shows where all of the Art of Mondays members are around the world, so that makes it really easy to meet up and share accommodation or go for a coffee or go for a run. We also hired 2 new interns, so big welcome to Charlie and Stan. Great to have you guys as part of the team. We also launched the Founder Sports Club in a few new cities: Madrid, Ho Chi Minh, Lima, Peru, Istanbul, and San Diego. And last week we sent out our Founder Sports Club groups for the month, and we had matched over 2,100 people in 45 cities. And 2 more updates. First is that me and Matt have decided that we are going to run another in-person residency. This will happen at the end of April. It'll be somewhere in Europe, and we'll reveal soon where that will be, but I am really looking forward to that one. And if you're wondering why I cried today, the first time was when I read this handwritten note that Matt wrote me after we all shared our gratitude for each other. And the second was when we hit 100 members and I didn't know what to do. Actually, I shared the info with Jai, shared the news with him. He had no idea. So I sat him down and I hit record on the camera, and here was his live reaction. So I'm actually shaking now. We just hit our 100th member for Art of Mondays. Jai doesn't know yet, so I'm going to go outside, put this camera down and tell him, and we're going to film his reaction. Yo, yo, there he is, the great man. How do you feel that we just hit 100 members right now?
We just hit 100?
Right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Show me, prove it.
It's done. It's done.
Was it Serena?
Serena's number 100.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you can see, but I'm shaking.
Dude, I suck under pressure like this. Yeah, odd feeling. Weird because like we've been anticipating it for so long, but for it actually to be real. For those watching at home, we set a goal of 100 members in year 1. That was always, from day 1, that was the goal. Just for no particular reason. It was just, that sounds fair enough, and it'd be a nice growth curve to see that. And it's now the 2nd week of January, so we're a little bit late on the year 1, but 100 is pretty fucking cool. You still shaking?
Very much so. Let's put it down.
Good luck. Nice work, bro.
And for our Art of Mondays update, we have had 894 total applications, accepted 100 members in total now. The average age is 27, and they're all lifestyle founders. So people who run online businesses, but also share our values of travel, health, wellness, kindness, open-mindedness, and vulnerability as well. And as promised, as for our revenue numbers, we've just ticked over 550,000, and that continues to grow month on month. And that's it. So thanks for being here. Appreciate you more than you know. And if you want to find out anything else about Art of Mondays or the Founder Sports Club, I'll put the links in the description. If you want to reach out and get in contact, we'd love to connect further, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks, fam. Peace.